Hello, friends. Welcome to our Crown Jewel review. I'm giving it feeling like a 7.
I think a 7 is fair. I think
think
a 7 is more than what most people would give it. I think I like this more than what the general consensus was. A decent pay-per-view, a solid pay-per-view. If you're like, do I have to go out of my way to see this pay-per-view? Probably not, but a good show.
I think my entire social media feed is all lived on.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what other people think of the pay-per-view as a whole.
Yeah,
So,
I think I follow like most of the wrestling shit, not just Live Dom.
No,
and
Live Dom. Daddy Dom.
It was a pretty good show. I don't know.
It just didn't it felt like there was nothing special, which is kind of ironic because the Crown Jewel title things were supposed to be so special.
I was very confused because so a lot of people yelled at me in my comments saying the Saudi shows aren't canon. They are filler. So like in a TV episode,
right,
yeah,
okay,
the canon would be like something that doesn't really have to do
Right.
anything with the story.
Yeah, they're filler.
But Liv has won a championship.
Right, I don't think they're filler.
No, I don't think that.
I think non-Saudi fans consider it filler because.
But it's not.
No, but I think a lot of fans view it that way because it's like WWE's not going there because they want to. WWE is going there because they have to because Saudi pays for it and Saudi says I want these people on the show, this person on the show, this title on the show, So I think it's WWE still obviously uses what they want and puts it into their stories and stuff and it's not like it's fucking anything up that they're doing, but I think Saudi has a little more say in it than if they were to go to London or something like that. So I think people just really discount the Saudi shows.
Yeah, I think it's dumb. I think it's a cop out. I think that it's inaccurate. I think that the Saudi shows are the same as a fucking Bad Blood.
They all continued the stories that were on the show.
They continue the stories. They've done that from the beginning. Yes, I understand the greatest Royal Rumble isn't a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
But there's title changes. There's major movements in the Saudi shows. So, no, I think that this show also did further stories. We'll get into the first match: Bloodline versus Bloodline. Roman, Jay, and Jimmy versus Solo, Jacob, and Tama Tonga, with Tonga Loa just kind of in the cuck chair.
I love you, Solo.
Solo
for pinning Roman.
Solo gets the win, pinning Roman. Absolutely right choice. Absolutely
love. That's my tribal chief. Okay, put the ones up for Solo Sikoa. Absolutely. That's my guy. Okay, that bloodline is mine.
Because that group is getting smacked up at Survivor Series. 100%.
Absolutely, but I'm going to enjoy it right now. I'm enjoying it right now, okay?
War Games, they're getting pieced up, but I'm very glad that they were able to get a win before that to make them look good.
Well, also, they've really made Solo kind of look bad.
Yeah.
So
no,
they needed to, do something here.
Yeah. I think that this was a decent match, not, much to write home about. I think Jacob Fatu was the MVP of this match. I think when he got on offense, it was really, really fun. Jimmy's still the best member.
My God.
The Jay and Roman dynamic was one of the most fun things in the entire match, was Jay wanting to not listen to Roman, Roman wanting to tag, the crowd wanting Roman.
Yeah.
Jay may have been the most over in the entrance, but Roman was over to the crowd in the match.
Only after Jay was in. They wanted Jay first, and then Jay was in, and then when Roman was the only one not in yet, then they cheered for Roman, okay?
I think that part was really, really fun. I like the Solo mocking and mimicking Roman a little bit.
I love
Solo's
Solo.
Solo's hilarious, bro. He's so funny. But ultimately, Solo gets the double spike on Roman, gets the pin. Solo Sikoa now at Crown Jewel has pinned John Cena and Roman Reigns.
Was that Crown Jewel last year?
Yeah, it was Crown Jewel last year. I believe that was also a year ago. That day was when I started making the recaps.
Oh, that's funny.
I got 250 cents. But yeah, so the new bloodline gets the W, which I think is vital. And then, of course, they begin to beat up the old bloodline. And then we get the music of Sami Zayn coming down to the ring.
I'm a little iffy on this one.
Why?
Iffy in not iffy that I didn't think he'd show up or I don't think he belongs there, but iffy is in I don't really know where they're going. I guess it's just him joining like Jay.
Yeah.
But what's gonna piss me off is like I'm gonna need more from Roman to be okay with this.
Well,
like I want you on your fucking knees apologizing, begging for an apology.
I don't think that they're going to do that. What I think that they're going to do is now Roman doesn't know if he can trust Sami because once he comes out, it looks like maybe he's joining up with Solo. I don't think anyone bought that.
No.
And then he takes out Solo. They're beating up the new bloodline. They take them out. And then Solo is sat in the middle of the ring with all 4 of the old bloodline members cornering the ring. And as Roman goes for a spear, Solo ducks as Sami goes for the haluva kick and drop kicks Roman. Now Roman is pissed off at Sami.
Yeah.
Jimmy pissed off at Sami. And Jay and Sami obviously are together. Pause.
Yeah.
Unless they want
It's also always weird to me when people do that angle and it's so obvious that like it was an accident and Jimmy be like, what are you doing? What do you think he's fucking doing? Like, what did you think was happening?
I think that there is going to be some sort of they do it on purpose. I don't know if I can trust him. And
I mean, that's definitely what they're doing, but I just think it's dumb.
Obviously, I don't think that you can remove all of Roman's ego yet, right?
Yeah.
His ego was astronomical as champion that I think, cool, we can have a little bit of humbled, but it's not realistic for him to be down to a normal person now.
Nobody should.
So I think it's now we're going to go back to a little bit of egotistical of being like, how dare Sami kick me?
Right.
How dare this happen? Even if it was an accident, he should,
Yeah.
I think that then it's going to have to be him losing that ego more and more as we get to Survivor Series. And I think, in my mind, we're going to have Sami do something. Oh, wait, no, you guys are seeing in real time. Do you remember how in Survivor Series,
It happens all the time.
at War Games 2 years ago, Sami had to prove that he was...
Yeah, he hit KO.
Yeah, so yeah. What if they make Roman do it this time?
What?
Roman is in Sami's seat, and he has to prove that they can trust him.
How can he do that? Also, you're dumbass Jimmy. I already trust him.
What can Roman do? I don't know. I don't know what this is.
We'll come back
I had a Jimmy Neutron brain blast. I can't formulate it all right on this video, but I think maybe that would be really interesting to have Roman show that they can trust him. I'm not exactly sure how to do that. Maybe Roman like gives the Ulafala up or something. Something. I don't know.
He doesn't have one.
He fucking steals it from Solo
Okay,
and then puts
Solo's,
it on
not
Jay.
his, okay, I love you, Solo.
Regardless, Solo got the dub. That was huge. This match was fine.
Great.
This match was good.
The best match of the night, though, was easily the women's tag. It also predicted that.
I've seen a lot of people say Cody Gunther. I disagree.
Okay,
I love this Fatal 4 tag. I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
Bianca, Jade, Jakara, Lash, Kyrie.
You have too many
Io.
like really good, true wrestlers in this match for this not to be the match of the night. Like, as soon as I'm looking at the card, you can tell that that's going to be the best match of the night. Bianca, Jade, Io, Kyrie, Lash, Jakara is like in there.
I think Jakara's better than like Jade in the ring.
I think I've only seen Jakara wrestle like twice. So
Well, you got to tap into Metaphor. That's what you got to do.
Bro, she doesn't do anything.
She got hurt. She hasn't been back she hasn't been wrestling that much. I mean, when you put Io and Bianca in the ring, it is Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens. It is CM Punk,
People
Samoa Joe.
are already calling them wrestling.
Well,
soulmates.
that's what I was alluding to. It's just wrestling soulmates. Just every time you put it's Kenny Omega, Kazuchika Okada. It's just they're just perfect somehow. They're just a perfect blend. And I don't know why. Also in my mind, I really want to see Kyrie versus Piper Niven. I just feel like that would be really good. I want to see that be a big feud. But
so random.
Hell of a match. They all got their shine.
Yeah, it did.
They all got great moments. I love them alluding to Lash and Jade somewhere down the road.
Yeah,
I am very here for it. The interesting part is Metaphor's babyface on NXT.
Right.
Say Jade ever turns heel on Bianca, because I do think that's going to end up happening.
Right.
I wonder if they go with Lash and Jakara being babyfaces, and it's Lash and Jade.
Probably.
Because I want to see that.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did that. I'm waiting for them to like officially announce that Lash and Jakara are on the main roster.
True, yeah, they do need to do that.
Because not only have they been on the main roster, but they haven't gone back to NXT since they started on the main roster. I don't think they've popped up in NXT.
They did I swear they had a match, but it was involving Bianca
Right.
And
So
yeah,
it's like
it was just involving that, but they're not like
they haven't been involved.
they're
in the
not doing
NXT
metaphor
people.
shit.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Like they're not doing a bunch of shit with Oro.
Kind of waiting to see if they're like officially bringing them up to the main.
Honestly,
roster
bring
not.
up all of it.
I think they're ready. I do think they need to do a little more with Jakara though, because I
I
already
agree.
see people being like, "Nah, let Lash go by herself. They gotta separate them."
Yeah.
And I'm like, you've seen them for 5 seconds. Like,
I think once they have some sort of like Jakara shiny moment, that they're like, oh, okay, I like them as a team. Mm-hmm. Piper and Chelsea were great. I think that it's hilarious how good Piper is as a comedy act with Chelsea.
Mm-hmm. They're such a good match.
They're great. I do like. I remember when they paired them up, and everyone wanted like Chelsea and Carmella. And who was it before? It was like Chelsea and Sonya. And I think everyone was like,
they were together.
Yeah, and everyone was like, like I miss Sonya, blah blah. Maybe Carmella would be good. Oh, Piper's gonna turn on, or Chelsea's gonna turn on Piper. And now I'm like, nah, I just want them. I just like them as a team.
Yeah.
Obviously Bianca and Jade end up retaining the titles here. But I think everyone got a huge shiny moment. I think Io Sky is arguably the best in-ring performer in all of WWE, male or female.
Except Daddy Dom. And Lash and Jakara are on my list of wrestlers that I would like to be pushed in 2025.
Absolutely.
I think I do think Jakara needs, and maybe it's because she had all that time off. I do think they need to figure a little bit of something out with her. Not that she's like bad, but just like I think Lash.
She's more background.
Lash very much outshines her, and I think they need to find a way to kind of have her step up a little bit. But I mean, Lash, by all accounts, looks main roster ready. Like now, like yesterday, So
Lash versus Piper could happen. On Friday as a serious feud. Lash versus Jade. Lash versus Bianca.
Yeah.
I think Bianca was awesome in this match. Jade got, she's still minimal at what she does.
Yeah.
But it's still very, very good. I think it's good because it's like it just heightens what she does. She's it's the big hot tags. It's that old school fashion tag team wrestling. I also love that all four of these women or all four of these teams have embraced like tag team offense and they're like doing stuff like that. I slammed WWE not too long ago. It may have been in our last review about just not giving two fucks about the women's tag titles. They carry now. It's been a huge improvement.
Yeah. No, it's actually been a crazy 180 for both the men and women's tag divisions in the last few months. Men still need a little work, but they've definitely made huge strides.
Yeah.
And speaking of a 180, the opposite of huge strides was the next match. I can't get into Bronson Reed. You can't I was trying to figure out how to make that go. You can't pay me like Bronson Reed. Like I just like
you can pay me whatever, WWE.
I just don't get it. It doesn't hit for me. It doesn't fit. It doesn't work. It doesn't whatever it is. I don't know. I like him a little more than like I liked him before, but I just can't get into it.
I get it. Every wrestler's not going to be for everybody. I like that they're trying to push somebody new. I love that fact. I do love that it's kind of, low key, kind of out of nowhere that you were just going, hey, if we want to put a guy over, we'll put a guy over. We will randomly have him attack Seth Rollins and be like, I'm going to become famous tonight. Yeah. And I kind of like that story.
Yeah.
I thought this match was fine. A lot of good brawling. I am very interested in what happens with Bronson Reed now. He took a nasty curb stomp on the steel steps and gashed his eye open or like eyebrow.
I think it's weird though because like it seemed like this would have been the last match. They get the anger out. Seth kind of seemed like he was like, all right, cool. And then Bronson stood up and was like, no, come back in here. Yeah. And Seth was like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah. But I love Seth's acting job there because it wasn't like, what the fuck? He was like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Yeah. Like, this is a guy that I'm not.
Like, he's off. Something's wrong with him.
I beat, but I didn't put this guy away.
Right. Wait, I just like, I don't know. Something tells me they're not ending it yet.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I would kind of like them to move on, but there's also a chance that this is what Seth does until Punk comes back. Which is probably going to be a little bit more time.
That confuses me, and we'll get into that later, but like I feel like Gunther was the idea for Survivor Series. Obviously, that's not happening now.
Yeah.
Maybe they're wanting to do like Punk versus Seth at Saturday Night Main Event or something.
Punk may need more time off.
Maybe Punk wants more time off. Maybe
fragile body, fragile mind. Dude's broken, you know?
What was the third part?
He had to wrestle like 3 times.
What was the third part of that from Mox? Fragile ego?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well,
fragile spirit.
That's right.
But Seth with the W.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people argue that they should have had Bronson win.
No.
And now I do hear that.
I don't.
I think that it would have. But if you have Bronson win, you're like, oh shit, he's in the mix right now.
I guess
Bronson is in that Sheamus. Maybe that's the next feud for Bronson. Sheamus.
Oh, maybe
that would be fun. I want to see that. Yeah. Also, shout out to Bronson Reed with the MF Doom gear. Shout out Doom. This card that we're looking at right now currently has the women's 4-way tag as the worst match on the card, and I am baffled. Anyways,
that's crazy.
And
now the best moment of the night. Liv Morgan wins. Liv Morgan is now a double champion. Liv Morgan is now not only the greatest women's world champion of all time, but she is also now your first ever crown jewel champion. Thank you.
Now let's talk about the how. So
because she killed it, she slayed it, she just murdered it. It was great.
This match on the pod, they told us that this match was 8 minutes. It felt like 3.
It really?
I mean, it felt like 3 or 4. It felt quick.
I didn't think it felt that quick. I think 8 feels right.
To me, it just felt.
But
like...
you know what? Time flies when you're having a good time. You know, time flies when Liv Dom's on TV. When Daddy Dom's on TV, time is flying.
Daddy Dom was only on TV for about 2 seconds.
Okay, and it was great.
So we have this match and. Pretty immediate. There's both of them are knocked down, and Tiffany. Right. Tiffany comes out. She has the Money in the Bank. I see a lot of people complaining because
I was gonna say that she didn't cash in.
No, I don't remember if Triple H said this, but Triple H said like there would be no interference in matches or something. I seen people
He said that for something, but I don't think it was for this.
I don't know. A lot of people were arguing that he said that there was gonna be no interference because they were like, well, Liv and Dom had interference. I was like, well, also. So did Nia with Tiffany. But Tiffany looks like she's about to cash in. And then Nia is like, what the fuck are we doing?
Also, shout out to, you want to talk about acting jobs. Tiffany is hilarious.
Oh, my God. Where she was like, I was just going to cash in on Liv. I promise.
No, but then when they're like, Liv and Raquel are backing her up against the barricade, and she's like, guys, no, it's fine. She's like, you're being dramatic. Like, it's fine. Yeah. Like, it's really fine. Like, guys, let it go. And it's just so funny.
So pretty quickly after that, we get Raquel and Dom, and ultimately Liv Morgan is able to utilize the 2-on-1 distraction, to hit Oblivion and defeat Nia Jax.
How dare her, as a heel in a faction, do that?
Right.
A travesty.
Oh, wait. The reason why they won is because Dom threw the Money in the Bank briefcase in and distracted the ref.
Yeah.
Yes. I didn't give
Daddy Dom.
I didn't give Dom his credit there.
Yeah, that's true. You should always give Daddy Dom his credit.
Liv wins this match and is very emotional. I really want to hear about the.
So I've watched a lot of her, like the clips from interviews and stuff like that, and I think on one hand it was, you know, this women's title match, this big women's title for Crown Jewel in a place like Saudi Arabia. For one, that was a big thing for her.
Yeah.
But I think also she was like, you know, she said specifically that like there's a lot of her career that she felt like, you know, her fans supported her and she felt like she didn't give them anything to really be proud of. Like she feels like this is the first time she's really been able to shine. And I genuinely, I think she's just overwhelmed with it.
No.
Like that's kind of the vibe I'm getting is like, she went from like everybody being like, you fucking suck, except her fans, which to be fair, people still say that now. Like, there's nothing she can do for that section of people.
Yeah.
But, like, she literally came out of, like, repeating the same, like, half shitty stories and, like, characters repeatedly, nothing ever taking off, to, like, she's the it girl.
Yeah.
Like,
no, she is.
in WWE right now. Like, I would say she is, like, in one of the top 3 at best stories in wrestling right now. Like...
Yeah.
This is one of the top stories right now.
It depends on who you talk about, because I know a lot of people want Liv and Rhea to wrap that shit up.
That's fair, but I'm just saying, like, her, Dom, and Raquel,
in terms of importance,
you know, just in general,
she's extremely important.
She's one of the most important people in wrestling right now, and I think she's just overwhelmed by like that she finally has like WWE support. That's what it kind of feels like.
It does feel like she is finally like.
She feels like she's finally made it.
She's the number 1 draft pick, you know? Like, she is. She is that person that she is putting the company on her back, and that's a big deal. Yeah. At least in the women's division.
Yeah. So I'm really happy for her.
Huge moment for Liv.
She also is like, I think, you know, obviously with this, I've talked a lot about like how stan culture
Mhm.
this feud
Yeah.
has become.
It-
And
it
I
has.
called that. I knew
has.
that was
Yeah, you
how
did.
this was going to go. And I knew that both sides were going to have, half of us were going to be fucking miserable 24/7 on social media because the other half just will not let it die, and they're gonna go too far, and it's gonna be too much, and that's so stan culture, and I'm not surprised by that whatsoever.
Right.
But I think it really gets, there's so much fighting back and forth that I think it gets overlooked how much work Liv has put into this story, because she not only has like her acting.
Yeah, no, her acting is
A+.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
But also, she has really worked to make this story work with multiple like women outside of Rhea, and that's going to continue while Rhea's gone again. She made this work while Rhea wasn't even present.
Yeah.
Like, she literally had a feud with somebody who was not there, and she carried it on like without an issue for several months while Rhea was gone. And she's made this thing fucking viral.
She deserves to walk into WrestleMania as champion.
And not that Rhea hasn't done anything, but like Rhea's been viral for a while. Like going
the company
into
knows
this
they can
feud,
trust Rhea.
Right. Going into this feud, Rhea was already like, she was that bitch. She's one of the it girls. She's top of the company. Yeah. Everything she does goes viral.
Right.
Liv didn't really have that. She kind of had to put herself in that spot.
Liv was still, I mean, when she won the title, they still said, why are you putting the title on mid-carder?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
She was still very much seen as mid-carder. She had already been champion before.
Yeah. So, I think she's just really feeling overwhelmed with like the love and support she's getting from not only the fans and like WWE, but I think also just like she knows how like this feud's going down in history.
Oh,
like
yeah.
in wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
And I think she's just really proud and just like kind of enjoying the ride, but she definitely is a little emotional about like everything kind of happening at once, because also like all of this has happened in like 7 months.
Yeah.
This is all under a year of time. This is like 8 months of time that all of this has been crammed into like her career when she's been there for a decade.
Right.
Like, so there's just a lot happening for her.
Speaking of love, there was no love between Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. I don't think that this match ever actually got started.
It didn't. It wasn't a match.
Unfortunately, because I wanted to see these guys hoop for 25 minutes.
I did too. I hate to say it because you know how much I love Randy. I didn't love this. I didn't love that it wasn't a match. And it also it felt like a fucking repeat of the Tonga Twins when they were like, Paul Heyman is like, these guys are so terrified. They shouldn't even be allowed to be. Like, there's a reason we didn't want anything to do with them. They're so scary. They're so dangerous. Yeah. And Tonga Loa just botches everything. Like, this wasn't, like, nothing they did was scary. Yeah. They're not intimidating. And then, like, Triple H being like, Kevin Owens, he has a screw loose. Like, he's not right up here. Like, basically, like, he's going to kill you.
Right.
And all we had was an elbow drop.
Well, yeah.
It was very disappointing.
I liked what they did. I do think that they hyped up the craziness a bit too far. I do think the craziest part was probably, so the match is about to happen. They immediately just start fighting each other. The match doesn't go on. They have security try to break it up. They take out security. They have Aldis and Pierce try to break it up. Aldis makes a business decision to get out of the ring. And Randy Orton RKO's Adam Pearce, which I'm sure there will be
best moment of the night.
Some sort of issue for. I wonder if that goes towards Aldis versus Pierce.
Like a match?
There's been a lot of people that have speculated Aldis versus Pierce could be a match one day. And I wonder if it's, Pierce being like, you suspended him?
Oh,
and Aldis is like, well, no. I mean, you got it in there.
He's
with
like,
him.
you did it to yourself. Yeah.
And Pierce is like, that's not how I would run. And he's like, well, obviously you're running this terribly. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and it's going to be something like that.
That would be cool.
I would love to see that. But I like what they did here. So they go out to the outside, start fighting, and ultimately Kevin Owens drops a elbow drop off of the
like the stairs of
off the stairs.
Crowd seats.
Yeah, onto Randy Orton through a table, which is a really cool spot. Yeah. And I do think that this was to take both of them out of the main event to get involved in, which makes sense. This was a good segment. I am a little disappointed that we did not have a match, and hopefully Survivor Series is when we do get that match.
I don't even know if I'm disappointed that we don't have a match. I think I'm just disappointed because I'm like, this wasn't crazy.
Yeah. I just know that these guys could hoop for a great match, and I get really, really excited. I genuinely, when this card was announced, I said that the best match of the night was going to be Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton.
Yeah, it wasn't
I did say that the women had the possibility of doing it. I said it was going to be Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, Gunther, Cody, or the women.
Yeah.
However, a lot of people are arguing that this is the best match of the night.
Which is actually fucking insane to me.
No, this is a very good match.
No,
this is a very good match. LA Knight versus Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes for the United States Championship. I thought Andrade really shined in this match. Melo got some great offense in this match. Melo should have won. But I didn't think for 1 second, I know so many people thought that there was going to be a title change here. I just don't think that LA Knight has cooked so far in this title reign or has gotten the opportunity to cook so far in this title reign that I think that it's still going to be way longer.
He definitely hasn't had time to cook, but also, like,
not a lot.
This match, I don't know how to describe this match other than I forgot it was on the card.
Yeah, Bleacher Report said this match of the night.
Yeah, it's not. I literally, like, I didn't know this was happening. I completely forgot.
I will say this was easily the weakest story outside.
It's not even really a story.
I mean, it's. I think it's more of a story of Andrade and Carmelo, and then they're kind of throwing LA Knight into this.
Yeah.
But
it was fine.
I thought the match itself was very, very good.
It was good, but like,
the finishing spot is they're Andrade and Carmelo and LA Knight are kind of all tangled up, and LA Knight hits the BFT on both of them and kind of knocks them both out, pinning Carmelo Hayes. Don't know where they're going to go from this.
Yeah.
Because I kind of think that LA Knight needs to get out of this.
Yeah. He needs his own feud somewhere.
And he's kind of feuded with Melo. He's kind of feuded with Andrade. Maybe we move away everybody. We just move LA Knight off of these two. We move Andrade off of somebody, and we move Carmelo Hayes to somebody. There's not a lot of people to move them to on the SmackDown roster because I think it's a lot weaker than Raw. This is a perfect thing. Like, I'd love to see Sheamus versus fucking Andrade or Sheamus versus Carmelo Hayes or something like that. That would be awesome. But yeah, there's just not a ton.
No.
This also surprised me in the wake of the WWE releases because I'm like, oh, Melo and Baron Corbin or Andrade and Baron Corbin. Oh, okay, that could be fun for something. And
it concerns me that more are coming.
Yeah.
More cuts are coming.
Yeah.
Because it's like, listen, y'all struggling as is. You want to get rid of people?
Maybe, and I'm not saying this because I'm the number one fan, but I am saying this. LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso. I'd like to see it.
Okay.
I'd like to see Jimmy come in.
It's an option.
To War Games with that United States Championship.
It's an option.
That's my president.
Oh, okay.
Jimmy Uso.
Right, okay.
Go out and vote, lads.
For the right person.
For the right person. Jimmy Uso.
Yeah.
All right. And then we get to the main event. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes. Gunther versus Cody Rhodes.
Listen, biased. We had the right winner. I'm always gonna root for Cody. King Cody is my guy, right? I do hear the argument though on like Gunther should have won because that title is secondary, but like
Gunther should have won. He should have won.
Let's be real.
He should have beat Cody Rhodes.
But let's be real.
Should have smacked him up.
It's always going to be second. It was created so that they didn't have to give the other title to somebody. Like it's always going to be secondary.
Gunther should have won. Yeah.
But that's what I'm telling you is like that's why he was never going to win. I promise you, they didn't consider it.
That's dumb.
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying this title was literally put in place just simply to have a second champion.
What does Cody Rhodes have that Gunther doesn't?
Everything.
Gunther's 10 times the wrestler that Cody Rhodes is.
It's dramatic.
Gunther is
Cody's better on the mic.
No.
Yeah.
God, Cody repeats the same exact promo 27 times.
Then you can't like Roman.
I don't. Wow.
Because Roman's quite
better
literally.
At improv.
No.
Yeah.
Roman quite literally repeats the same thing over and over again. Cody at least adds a little bit of a spin.
No, it's acknowledge me versus what do you want to talk about?
Right, but that's just one line. The actual like substance of the promo
Romans are
is different.
better.
That's not true.
Yeah,
Romans that's just literally not true.
Yeah.
Now
it's just Cody calling people being like, you got a little dick. All right. Let's see what
Maybe
you rock.
They do.
Let's see what you rocking with, Cody.
Maybe they
Let's
do.
see what you rocking with.
How is that Cody's fault?
Cody. All right. Let's see what you packing.
Why
all right?
do you want to see that?
Because he just doesn't give the energy.
Mm-hmm.
He gives if you say it too much, you know you don't have the energy.
If you have a crush on Cody, you can just tell
I'm
him.
just saying he's not like Big Jim. They call Big Jim for a reason. You know what I mean?
God, I can't.
All right, you're not Finn Balor over here. You're not Batista, is what I'm saying.
Oh my God. Anyway,
this was a very good match.
It was a good match. I
match.
just like, I think, you know what it is, and I hate to say this.
What?
I think I struggle a little bit sometimes in Gunther matches. He's just slower paced.
Yep.
And
methodical.
I get tired. I start yawning a little bit. I just can't.
We don't agree.
That's fine.
Will Ospreay was really made for you.
Yeah, he was. He was created for me, quite literally, as a wrestler.
I love Will Ospreay.
You
know what we should do?
I love every Randy match. I love every Cody
match. Randy is so slow in the ring.
No, but that's Randy's faster than Gunther. But I
don't think so.
He is. But when you put Randy and Gunther together, I was like, this is actually
they're both methodical
this
wrestlers.
Is 3 hours long, and then you were like, it's been 8 minutes.
So wait,
like,
okay.
Here's
a question. You say that you like Triple H more than Shawn Michaels, correct? Throughout their careers.
They're pretty close, but like Shawn Michaels was like my brother's guy, so I went Triple H.
Right,
yeah.
But what I'm saying is, in the ring, Triple H is a much slower, methodical wrestler towards Shawn, who is.
I don't know if I like Triple H more in the ring. I just meant
like
overall.
More on the mic.
I just like Triple H better. Like growing up.
What do you like more about Triple H than Shawn Michaels?
I don't really have an answer for you. Shawn Michaels was just like my brother's guy, so I was like, okay, I like Triple H would be my guy.
So what you're just saying is when you guys did DX poses, you were Triple H.
Yeah, like that was it. Okay. Yeah, like I've always loved Shawn Michaels.
Okay. I thought you just liked Triple H more because I was like, that's all right.
I've always liked them both.
No, I thought that this was a very good match. Ultimately, Cody Rhodes gets the win off of what I would say was kind of a lame ending.
I'll give you. I didn't love the ending. It was just anticlimactic.
What? And it's just kind of like, I feel like it was a way to try to protect Gunther. It was a what was it? Gunther lays on the mat.
Had him in
Cody
a submission, and Cody
Gunther has him in a chokehold, and Cody just kind of flips over, gets the pin. There was a lot of people arguing that Gunther's shoulder was up. I don't know.
Oh God, again with that?
Yeah, which is I think it's just kind of dumb. If you're gonna have a definitive winner, which you have, like then Gunther does the handshake, and you have it as like, all right, he beat Cody, or Cody beat him. That it's like, just fucking do the triple crossroads and have him win. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go this far with it, and you're gonna go with like, all right, I still respect you, blah, blah, just go the full mile and just have Cody win definitively, like without this like, you know.
It may not have been on purpose, though.
What do you mean?
Like if Gunther's shoulder was up, it may have been an accident.
I'm saying that finish just felt like I got you, but not like I won this match. And I was just kind of like, just do it. That's fine. But I just don't think Cody needed this. Obviously, Cody's not losing the title.
I think the company is going to be very particular about who they give the first crown jewel championship to for the men, and it was always going to be babyface.
Gunther
the company,
would have made sense.
But Cody's the face of the company. They were always going to put it on him.
It's just,
this is what I had to do when Roman was champion.
No, it was funny because I had said something about Cody, you know, like having an over winning, like he wins everything, and people were like, dude, he's 7 months into his championship reign. I was like, why? When did I ever say anything about championship reign? No. Cody has almost won every single match that he's been in for the last 3 years.
But he's lost a lot of like bloodline matches, like not
really. He's lost to Drew. He's lost to Roman.
But when you did like all the mixed group like tags with like Randy and KO and like when they did all that stuff, all those mixed ones, he lost a good amount of.
Yeah, but Cody's not getting pinned. Cody's gotten pinned like 4 times.
No, but he's still
losing. But he's been pinned like 4 times in 3 years. That's insane.
Well, he's goated.
But I mean, also Gunther, to be fair, very similar record to that. But I think that Gunther doesn't get those big definitive wins. Gunther's never pinned Roman Reigns. Gunther's never pinned those guys. So I think that he should have gotten that win to kind of put him on the map as the equal to Cody Rhodes. If Gunther pins Cody, he's equal to Cody. If Cody pins Gunther, they're not equal. And I think that is why Gunther should have won that. And you could have done shenanigans just in the same way that you did Liv and Nia. You could have got bloodline.
Blood Riz.
What?
Blood Riz could have come out. It helped.
Yeah. Ludwig could have came out. You could have had any of the Bloodline come out. You could have had Kevin Owens come out still. That could have been like, well, Randy's too knocked out, but Kevin hobbling cost Cody. You could have had so many things to do there. I kind of almost thought that the Kevin Owens Randy Orton thing now doesn't even make as much sense. It was kind of a waste to do it because you didn't do the match, but you also didn't get them involved in the main event. So
yeah, it really did nothing.
Yeah, that didn't further much outside.
It wasn't giving
cool
what it was
fight.
supposed to give. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that seems a little fucked up
It's
now.
all hitting him slowly, where I've been the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems a little fucked up now.
Yeah. So overall, I'm sticking with like my 7 out of 10.
I think it's 7.
My big moments are I'm glad that Team U Bloodline got the win. Liv won, which was great. The women's tag was amazing and everything that I had hoped it would be. And then just me personally, on a fan level, I like that Cody won. But definitely some downers in this card as well. I think for you, it's probably a little more 50-50 than me, because you wanted a Gunther win.
But so I don't even get that mad about like winners. Just as long as like the match was good. I do think that like I can disagree with it, but at least I got a good product out of it, which I did with the Cody Gunther match. Yeah. I gotta give Cody credit. These pay-per-view matches, man.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I saw people being like, "This is the best match that Cody's had this year."
Mm-hmm. I think AJ was better.
Don't think so. Well, I don't think it's better than Owens. I don't think it was better than
okay, yeah, I forgot about that one too. That was a good one too.
I don't think that it was better than Owens. I don't think it was better than AJ. I don't think it was better than the other AJ match.
AJ 1 and 2.
Hooped AJ, we need you back so soon, lad.
Yeah.
I think that there was another one. So this was probably like my 5th or 6th favorite Cody. Honestly, I think I preferred Cody versus Solo in the steel cage, not the SummerSlam match, of course.
Yeah.
I think I prefer the steel cage. Okay. So it's probably like my 5th favorite Cody match, and it's probably around that for Gunther as well because he's had a really good year.
Yeah.
I don't think by any means a bad show, and I don't think by any means is a show that is not canon. But I don't think that it's something that people need to like.
I'm not calling my brother to make sure he watches
the recap
it.
of Raw and SmackDown will get you caught up to everything, and you're going to be good. And then we get to Survivor Series, which I think is going to be very good.
Yes, and hot take, early request / prediction for Survivor Series. I think we need to give the NXT women.
Oh my God! Yes.
A War Games match. Listen, and I don't care if I'll sit on that pod for an extra hour. If you're refusing to not give the main roster women, and we got to have 3 War Games matches, I'll sit on the pod for an extra hour.
Yeah.
But I think we need War Games for the NXT women. And I think with all the women involved, I think they're all women that you could easily bring up to like the main roster for a night to do that and give them that. I doubt they will, but I would really like to see it.
It would be so easy too. It would be just so easy that you just go, Sean just calls up and it's just like, "Hey, Hunter, I need a favor." And he's just gonna be like, "We don't have a pay-per-view. This match is so big.
Yeah.
We need it on the main roster."
Looking at it, you gotta see the opportunity.
Stephanie,
in that match.
Julia, Jordan Grace, Kalani, Delta, Cora, Roxanne, Fatal Influence. It would be tremendous.
It's gonna be so good they're doing like a 5-on-5 tag on Tuesday, but I want to see.
It's gonna be on Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday, right? Sorry.
That's right. It's gonna be a fight.
But I need me a War Games match. Yeah. I do. So hopefully they do that. But yeah, overall not bad.
Solid show.
The crowd was also better than normal for Saudi shows.
Yeah, that's a good point to bring up.
They even we had like Liv Morgan chants.
Yeah.
And they were hyped for the women too. So overall, I would say better than expected. Mm-hmm. And then just a couple downers, but overall good show. I think it did what it needed to do, and we kind of can move on from those obnoxious ass titles and continue on with Liv Dom. Yeah. With wrestling.
With wrestling, Gunther should have won. Bello should have won.
Oh my God.
I would even maybe Sky Pirates should have won, but I'm cool with Bianca and Jay.
So let us know what you think in the comments. What you liked, what you didn't like, who you think should have won, why you think Liv Dom is amazing, and thanks, friends.
Shout out Big Jim.